going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 16 The Show Diamond Dynasty online gameplay. We're also here for our weekly edition of This Week in Baseball. If you're new to the channel, new to the series, it's a weekly show here on YouTube where we talk about everything going on in Major League Baseball over some Diamond Dynasty gameplay. And as always, guys, if there's something you want me to cover in next week's video, feel free to leave it in the comment section of this one or hit me up on Twitter. The link is down below in the description. So let's jump right on into the news. We had another brawl on the Diamond, and this time it was between the Orioles and the Royals. These two teams have kind of gotten to another scuffle in the past year, or the previous year, I should say, and a name that was at the forefront who seems to always be in some drama is Yordano Ventura. Now, he's really struggling this year. He's just not, he's not pitching very well, and it almost makes you wonder, from the Royals' perspective, is it time to move on from this kid? Is he worth all of the trouble? I'm not so sure now that he's really underperforming on the field. He's been in scuffles and skirmishes and just drama-filled situations in the past. You might remember last year, there was a little mix-up between these two teams. Ventura hit Chris Davis with a pitch. Then the next batter ended up being Manny Machado, and he hit him, and, the bench is cleared. And it happened again this week, so if you didn't see what happened, basically, Ventura kind of threw inside of Machado. Now, I don't know if he meant to do it. It may have been a mistake, but I think Machado took it as if he was trying to hit him. And again, in the back of his mind, he's probably thinking about last year. So then he almost hit a home run on Ventura, and he didn't bat flip him. But, he just kind of stood there after he hit it, and then the wind knocked the ball down and ended up being a long fly ball. And I think Ventura maybe took some offense to this. So in this situation, I think both parties were kind of in the wrong, but the next time Machado came up to bat, Ventura hit him in the back. And then Ventura continued to get punched in the face and DDT'd by Machado. I don't know. He's so skinny and so small. I don't know why he's always picking for fights. You might remember last year, he kind of almost got in a scuffle with Adam Eaton in just a different situation. But I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts on this one. Do you think Ventura is worth the trouble? I'm not so sure anymore. The baseball draft starts tonight. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I follow college baseball or these high school prospects very well, but let me know who you want your team to draft if you're that interested in the draft. I believe the Rockies have the 4th overall pick. I think the Phillies have the 1st overall pick, so I'll probably watch, the first half hour of it while I'm watching baseball tonight. But it's, it just doesn't have that same feel as the NFL and the NBA draft do. Now we're going to talk about the All-Star game. So the first week of votes came out last week. Week number 2 votes came out, or updates came out. I don't think much changed, but I'm going to go over both the rosters and I guess give you my opinions on them. Last week I asked you guys to leave me your all-star squads in the comment section. Some of you did. I appreciate those that did. If you want to leave it in this one, feel free to do so. In the National League, it's basically the Chicago Cubs, and I think this is the side that I really disagree with in a couple positions. So first base, Anthony Rizzo, no doubt he should be there. I can agree with that one. Second baseman, they have Ben Zobrist there. I say Daniel Murphy. I mean, he's hitting for better average. I don't know. I didn't compare their home runs, but I think Murphy probably has him there. Obviously, the Cubs are winning more, and that's why they have so many players that are voted on this roster right now. But I would take Daniel Murphy over Ben Zobrist. At third base, I'm pretty sure you guys are not going to be shocked at what I'm about to say. Chris Bryant's there. He doesn't even play third baseman all the time. He plays outfield occasionally. Obviously, I think Nolan Arenado, and I think most of you agree, should be there starting third baseman. At shortstop, I'm being a little bit of a homer here. Addison Russell is there. I didn't realize he was having that great of a season, but I would put Trevor Story there. I mean, with the home runs, I know he strikes out a lot, but, he's making up for it in home runs, and he's a young player. He's going to figure it out. He's hitting for a decent average. It's not as bad as you would think it is for somebody who strikes out so much, but I would put Trevor Story there. At catcher, they have Yadier Molina. He's not really having a typical season, but I think, when you look at the name, that's why he's starting. Honestly, I think Jonathan Lucroy should be in that spot from the Brewers. I think the tough thing about that is that, and same with the Rockies with Arenado and Story, is that, they're not winning as much as the Cubs. And even though the Cardinals aren't really having a fantastic season from the Cardinals standpoint, but I would put Lucroy there. And then in the outfield, they have Bryce Harper, Dexter Fowler, and Yoenis Cespedes. I agree with Cespedes and Harper. Dexter Fowler, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but I think it's, again, because he has the Cubs jersey on. Former Rocky, I really like him. But I would put Ryan Braun there. I mean, I could even make a case for Cargo, but I think Ryan Braun is having a really good season. Again, in Milwaukee, they're not winning as much, so that's probably why. But he'll be an all-star regardless of if he starts or not. And then over in the American League, I got to say, I really agree with almost every single position on this one. I think the voters are doing a good job. We all know the Royals fans took over last year, and it was like an all-Royals team, like it's an all-Cubs team for the NL. But Eric Hosmer at first base, I can agree with that. Jose Altuve at second base, definitely agree with that. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop, definitely agree with that one. Third baseman Manny Machado, can't go wrong there. Salvador Perez at catcher, I guess so. I'm not really sure of any other catchers in the American League that are having a great season so far, so I would say maybe that's the only one that's kind of I don't know. And then outfielders, Lorenzo Cain, Mike Trout, and Jackie Bradley Jr. I'm okay with those three as well. I'm sure there's some other outfielders in the American League that could maybe get in there over Lorenzo Cain, and but Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mike Trout having good seasons, typical season for Trout. So that's it. Let me know how you guys feel about that. One other thing, James Shields did get traded. We kind of hinted at that last week, but he did end up getting traded over to the White Sox. And in his first start yesterday, I don't know why I hate this dude, but I was just laughing looking at the numbers. I just don't like James Shields for some reason, but against the Nationals, he allowed 8 hits, 7 earned runs in only 2 innings. So at this point, I think the Padres have won that trade. It's way too early to tell. Chicago White Sox kind of faltering. They're going to need their pitching to improve to continue to lead their division. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out. Peace.